want to take your game to the next level, you want to be a world champion, take the fighter training stack. Victor Conte's fighter training stack has brought me to the next level. Everything that I take on a daily basis, the fighter training stack is the best thing out right now. Devin Haney, I'm Snack Strong. Get it now, right now.
Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in New York at Madison Square Garden, being joined with Team Derevyanchenko, Andre Rozier, and Gary Stark, who is gearing up for this fight against Gennady Golovkin, his man, Sergey Derevyanchenko, attempting to become middleweight champion of the world. Andre, first to you, the dynamic between you and Sergey after the Daniel Jacobs fight, how was it coming back together with him and patching that thing up?
Well, I didn't ever want there to ever be a separation. I mean, that was a fight that took place for that IBF title. They both wanted it. It was a career-defining fight. It was a money-making fight. But I tried every angle that I had in me to make sure that they didn't fight, but it took place anyway. Gary didn't want them to fight either, but they had to. And
what he did that was real good about that fight, he looked at it financially, what would be good for this young man. That's where, because emotionally we didn't want it. Financially, we wanted it. You understand? So in a way, it benefited for Sergey.
But it took place, and we were separated for that fight and for the Koke fight. I wanted to actually go and be with the guys for the Koke fight, but I was in camp with Danny, and that wasn't possible.
So how were you guys able to hook back up? Was it a simple conversation, or you had to talk a little bit about it?
We never broke up. We never broke up. It's just great that we have two good trainers. I could take my guys, he could take the guys. We can go here. Sometimes when we go train, I'll take some of the guys, he'll take some of the guys, and the fighters believe in both of us, so it's comfortable. It's not like you have a trainer and just a guy taking them. Like, you know, they believe in whatever we have to say. They're just good athletes.
So it's like a double duo.
Exactly. Without a doubt. We're the Mamaluk brothers.
So there was no like awkwardness or nothing on Sergey's part with everything that happened?
No, he came to the gym and he said we got to work, we got to work together, and that's it, and that was it. You know, he don't speak a lot. He's a man of few words, and those were the few words. We got to work together. I said, okay, that's it.
Was he able at all to chat with Daniel to get any tips about how to approach a fight with Golovkin?
No, not. I mean, he came and to help Danny with Canelo, with sparring, which was a fantastic. Sergey's the best. He's the best young man on the planet. Unselfish, very endearing, not a prima donna. Just one of the best young men on the planet when it comes to boxing. You gotta love him. And not a lot of people would have did what he did when he came out to spar with Danny. He did it on just being Sergey. I don't know a lot of people who would have done that. Matter of fact, I know very few.
And it was good because after the fight with Danny, and then we fought Koke, he calls me up and he goes, "Yo, G, we need the dream team back. I called up Andre, let's go, let's get it back together again." And it was his decision, you know, so everything now just went right back to the team, because we never really broke up. You know, there was no animosity. We understand, we both didn't want it. We know financially was the best, because if he didn't fight Danny financially, he wouldn't have had nothing. So it worked out perfect. We all looked at the scenario, he looked at the scenario, we explained everything to him, boom. Just worked out perfect for him. And now look where he's at.
Second crack at the middleweight title going up against Gennady Golovkin. When you see this fight, do you want him to fight forward with Golovkin toe-to-toe, or would you rather have him box and move around? Because we have seen that Golovkin does have trouble with guys that move around.
Well, I mean, Sergey is the technician because of his ability to dictate policy in the ring. He doesn't really come like right at you. He boxes in a circle around you. And we want him to do what he does best. And that's what he does best.
What's funny is that when you watch Canelo fight him and you watch Danny fight him, when they were in the inside, they were combinating off of him. They were beating him to the punch too. What we have to just worry about, what I see most about Gennady is his power. Okay, we can get around that, we'll beat him. You know that, so we're going to use our movement, our speed. You know, we have little things in store for this fight.
And my thing about when he meets elite guys, it's going to be 12 rounds. He went 12 with Danny. He went 12 with Canelo both times. Sergey's an elite athlete. It's going to go 12 rounds. So he's going to have to be able to deal with that once again. It's coming that way. And I think that Sergey is going to show the world how special he is.
To some fans that aren't too familiar with Sergey or his name in general, they see this fight as a gimme fight for Golovkin, a fight that won't be competitive. What's your guys' response to the fans that say that?
Preposterous.
But you know what? They don't know his background. He's a 2000. He's an Olympian. I think 2008 Olympian. World Series of Boxing. He was the champion. He was 23-1 in that. Right there it explains himself. So he had over 300 some amateur fights. Plus he had the World Series of Boxing. So that equals that them 13 fights he has now. He's a guy with really like 30-something pro fights. You understand? So that a lot of people don't know that. So when you're getting a real good guy against a Triple G, it's not just anybody, an opponent. We're coming here really to win this fight.
With winning this fight, you mentioned that you guys want to avoid Gennady's power, but is there anything else that you've seen from the last two fights that Gennady's had that really sticks out to you? A lot of people have mentioned he's getting older. He looks a little older in there. What do you guys think?
Well, he fought Andre Roll last. Steve Roll. Okay, how hard did he train for Steve Roll fight? He knows who Steve Roll is. You know what I'm saying? We had one of the kids go work with Steve Roll too. So, did he train like he would for this fight? No. So we would judge him for the last two Canelo fights. He looked great. That's the Canelo that's the Triple G that I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the Roll fight. I'm looking at how we fought against Canelo, and that's what I'm expecting.
Andre, are you expecting the same?
I'm expecting. Listen, I've looked in his face. What's it now? 20, over 20 rounds, and it's like I said on the day is I'm gonna make him my nephew next week. I might have to wrap his hands. Like, come on, I just love it. But he's a great kid.
I noticed that there's a lot of respect from you towards him.
Yeah, because I really like him. I really like him. He's not rude. He's not obnoxious. He doesn't come off as I'm better than thou. I really like the young man, and I'm looking for a great performance from our guy against him. But even at that point, when we are victorious, I'm still gonna like him as much as I do right now.
How does Sergey beat Gennady tomorrow? Not tomorrow. I'm in the future already. I mean Saturday.
You got a few days. Listen, he's gonna win by just being the technician.
Yeah, but do you see it like a long fight, or do you see it like a toe-to-toe battle? Or?
It's gonna be 12 rounds of articulation. They're gonna be boxing at their best. That's what they do.
You're going to see a lot of European style, American style. You're going to see a lot of good boxing. It's good to see good technical boxing. That's what I like. Sometimes you see guys just slugging it out wild. You can see some good, because they know each other from the amateurs. So you're going to see some good technical boxing in this fight. And then I can see it going in the later rounds, and that's when you're going to see who the lion is in this fight.